expected Dabota to be the one to maybe introduce Diadem to Jocelyn because they're friends. But that didn't happen. Guess who said, oh, this is Diadem, she's into this, she's into that? Yeah, Caroline. Diadem blowing her, dragging Caroline by her wig, of course, figuratively. Then, of course, coming for Miriam, and the whole silence treatment going on between Dabota and Caroline. It was a chaotic last dinner for the ladies of the Real Housewives of Lagos in Ghana. Yes, guys, so I just finished watching the 10th episode of the Real Housewives of Lagos, telling us that we have like 2 more episodes to the finale or 3 more episodes to the finale, and with the way it's going, it's about to be more drama. Yes, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Ezinne Williams. How are you all doing? Hope you guys are good. Hope you guys are fine. If you're new to this channel, kindly click on the subscription button, click on the notification bell to let you know whenever I post any new video. My queens. Sophia has got everybody using that phrase, my queen. Even the ladies of the Real Housewives of Lagos cannot stop themselves from calling each other my queens. Anyway, so what's up with the queens in this episode? Let's start with the fact that all the ladies came correct with their fashion game. I have no reason to complain about Laura's makeup in this episode because everything was just given 10 over 10 minus nothing. And I'm also happy that I got to see Jocelyn Dumas. Like, if you don't know her, she's like this big Ghana actress who has this very beautiful, luscious, curvaceous body. I mean, like, yeah. So it was a beautiful episode. Of course, everything in between. There was some emotional moments. There was some bust moments. There was some, very feel-good moments, and we are here to trash everything out. So let's start with the first scene. We saw a conversation between Diadem and, of course, Dabota. Those two are like 2 peas in a pod. And they were talking about what had happened the night before, the fight between Caroline and Dabota. And Dabota is like, Caroline is suffering from rejection because they don't really understand her mood. 1 minute she's hot, the other minute she's cold. Like, she should just pick a struggle, right? And then they started talking about their love life. Diadem was like, because she's not got a car from him. I think I found that cringe. I'm not gonna lie. Like, she received a gift from her man, a car gift from her man. Now she has to repay him in the other room. I mean, my queens, you guys know what that means. I just found it cringe to talk on camera. Like, I don't know. And the Bota also hinted that she has a new man in her life. They are not a really relationship. They are just talking and all. I'm like, okay, whatever you want, my queen. Now, away from that, the ladies went for paintballing. Yes. And initially, Caroline was doing shakara. I don't want to join. I don't think I can join. I'm like, Caroline, save your drama. We don't need it for the soap opera. I'll be whatever it is that Davido sang. Anyways, Caroline was like, she doesn't want to join. But when she saw that the other ladies, were into this whole paintballing thing, nobody told her to come back. I mean, you could see the reaction that Dabota and Diadem gave. They were like, attention seeker. Now she's sabi. I'm like, okay, oh, beautiful at its finest. Anyways, guys, so they start the paintballing. Caroline, Laura, and Sophia were in one group, and Miriam is crazy. Miriam said she picked her group, for people that are angry. So the more angrier they are, the more she picked them. So that is, of course, Diadem and Dabota. And at the end of the day, Laura's team won. Yes, guys, that's Laura, Caroline, and Sophia's team won. It was fun. I mean, for the first time, we see these ladies actually letting their heads down or their head down and actually having fun. I love that. And the way they were like taking this seriously, like this one said, they would have wished this. They would have shot this person. Dabota wanted to shoot Caroline. Caroline even shot Dabota. She was like, she wished there was no face shield. She would have shot her in the face. I'm like, you don't reach like that. What is it? Anyways, after that, we saw Jocelyn Dumas and Sophia. Very beautiful. Sophia was inviting her for her private fashion show. Yes, and Jocelyn Dumas was just so graceful. Like, that lady is beautiful. I mean, look at her skin. She wasn't even wearing any makeup. Then we see Sophia going to inspect the place that she was to have her fashion event and all of that. I mean, looking at the place, the loft, I think that's what it's called, and the way, Sophia is moving, I give it to Sophia. Sophia is the it girl of the season because she came into the scene, caused a lot of katakata, caused a lot of chaos, started showing us her beautiful side, giving a lot of people a chance to see her differently from what they saw her, on social media, projecting her brand, projecting her uncle's brand. I just love it. What a smart girl. She is the it girl of the season. I mean, last season we had Faith Moray as the it girl of the season. This season is Sophia's season. Whoever casted Sophia, big ups to you. Now let's do a big fast forward to the main event. That is the dinner that Diadem lost it. So they came for this dinner looking all good. Like I told you guys, I cannot complain about their fashion game this episode. They were looking all good. Laura, Dabota, Diadem, Miriam, of course the host Sophia. Caroline's dress was just, white, plain and all that. So Caroline was the last person that came. So they had the chef. Chef Mawuli came to treat them to a 5-course dinner. Yes, I mean, focusing on Ghanaian street food. And the ladies were enjoying. Then Caroline came. Then this whole conversation about what had happened the night before came to fore again. Both Caroline and Dabota were not really willing to address the issue. That was where Caroline started talking about how they lied that she never communicated with them. Meanwhile, she did, and we were back to this whole boat issue. And Dabota was like, see, you never really communicated everything. Dabota explained herself the way she explained to Sophia, and Caroline was like, I even called Diadem, even though I never had a reason to call her, and Diadem was not having it. She showed the chat that she had with Caroline to Miriam, and Caroline was saying, I spoke to you on the phone with Dabota's phone, and Diadem lost it. Honestly, she lost it. She was like, no, do not involve me in this. And at some point, she started saying, oh, that was how you people were talking about me, behind my back, gossiping about me, saying that if Diadem wants drama, we're going to give her drama. Even you, Miriam was like, how? Where? From where to where? How did it go from Caroline to me? And she was like, you were saying that, oh, you came to my event with that gele and the native on purpose. And Mary was like, what kind of gossip are you talking about? I mean, this was said in your presence. I said that to you before I even said it to Caroline. And Caroline in the background was saying, this was also said in the presence, during the spa session that they had, and it was at the beach house in Dabota's presence. And Dabota was like, that wasn't said in my presence. And Miriam was like, I said it to you. Did I not say it to you? So how is it now a gossip? And Diadem was like, I don't care. I don't even care about all of that. I don't even care. You said, Caroline, I don't want to be your friend. And Karina was like, I don't even want to be in your space. And Diadem was like, avoid me. And Karina was like, excuse you. And that was when Diadem was like, see, I told you, Sophia, I told you, Laura, at your event, that if I have an issue with someone and I want to squash it, I only do that in person if I rate the person. Caroline, I don't rate you. And the Caroline was like, what? You don't even have rates. You don't even have a rate. What's your rate? Peanuts and, what did she say? Even if it's peanuts and shillings. I'm like, oh my God, Caroline. And then there was a whole lot of chaos, and then at some point it went back to Caroline and Dabota, Sophia trying to tell them at the end of the day we have to resolve this issue, and Caroline stood up. Even though Sophia didn't want her to stand up to go, Caroline stood up and left because she was like, she didn't want this drama. She didn't want to have any of this drama. And I love what Dabota said. Dabota told Sophia, see, in as much as you want all of us to move past this, but you have to give people time. Like, you don't just force people to settle their issues. But at the end of the day, these are grown-up women and you should let them do what they want to do. And we also see the scene of Caroline crying to Miriam, about Ehi again. Now, Miriam was like, so basically, Dabota is not the issue. She was like, no, that this Ehi girl who is friends to Dabota tried to take food out of her mouth, tried to make her not to get a job in that Lagos for last year and all of that. And I'm confused. Anyways, let's take a pause on that. Let's continue with how everything went down in this episode. Then we saw Laura at the poolside. Then she had a conversation with Diadem, trying to let Diadem know that Caroline doesn't even have a beef with her, that they are good, that Caroline has hasn't said anything malicious or bad about her. And I'm like, And the production was like, Laura, we are not letting you get away with this. They now did a clip of what had happened in that cigar wine tasting. You know, how Laura was like, I'm not even going to call Diadem a two-face. I just feel like she doesn't have a personality of her own, blah, 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 blah. And even though that was said, Laura was still standing on business, telling Diadem to try to know these people outside of the group and decide for herself. Anyways, fast forward to the fashion show. The ladies came looking good. Jocelyn Dumas was there. Effia performed. And there's something I noticed. I'm gonna say it. So when Jocelyn Dumas came in, the ladies were all happy to see her, right? And Caroline was like, oh yeah, Jocelyn Dumas and all of that. First, Jocelyn Dumas, a very smart woman, she commended and complimented Dabota's highlighter, saying she's been using it for years and it's been improving and it's so beautiful, right? And then she went on to talk about Caroline, how she loves Caroline movies, and they've even featured in a movie together. Now, I expected Dabota to be the one to maybe introduce Diadem to Jocelyn because they're friends. But that didn't happen. Guess who said, oh, this is Diadem, she's into this, she's into that? Yeah, Caroline. Caroline was the person that did that. Even Diadem was shocked. And even though Diadem was like, in her confessional, she was like, who sent you? Blah, blah, blah. But in her mind of mind, she knows that, why would this person do this? Anyways, Caroline was busy praising Diadem's product to the high heavens, even though I feel in my mind of mine that she was trying to do that to get a reaction out of Dabota. Because, I mean, Jocelyn had just praised Dabota's highlighter, and then she's praising, oh, she has the best, makeup brand, blah, 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 and all of that. I'm like, okay, Caroline, you don't do. But I mean, I love the fact that she did that. You see why Caroline's character is very confusing. Anyways, let me tell you guys what I think about this whole situation. First of all, at that dinner table, I feel like Diadem overreacted. Yes, because what has the whole, oh, you didn't send me a text, you sent me a text, would make you react like that. You see why I don't like when people bottle up their emotions or how they feel? Because I feel like this is a whole lot of bottled emotions. Because had it been, what's her name, Diadem has been telling or coming out with what she thinks about Caroline face to face, how it happened or when it happens, she wouldn't have all this bottled anger, because her outburst was totally unnecessary. And Caroline was sitting there trying to explain to her, and she was talking over Caroline. And in an argument, when you and someone are having a heated argument and you're trying to talk over the person and you're not letting the person talk and you're shouting and you're doing this, you've already lost the argument in my own books. And she was just shouting. I'm like, oh my God, Diadem, keep it together. Even Dabota that is like at the line of fire, the one that is in front of all this, is being calm about this. So Diadem, she overreacted. Caroline just didn't want to be there. She definitely didn't want to be there. And I just pray and hope that Sophia will stop this peacemaking thing, because at this point, let these ladies figure out what they want to do for themselves. At the end of the day, they mustn't all be friends. Now that's that. Number 2, Caroline, like, what is it? Which is which? I'm confused. I mean, 1 minute is seeing Ehi in the kitchen. Ehi tried to stop you from getting jobs. The other minute is Dabota is in your ex-husband's house dancing Kerewabi, one corner. Like, which is which? Now you're saying, oh, it's not Dabota, oh, it's Ehi. Like, if it's Ehi, that is a problem. So why are you being, oh my God. I don't understand Caroline again, though. But I sure do thank whoever asked her to come back, because, I mean, without her, we wouldn't have been having all these things to talk about in this season. It would have been a meh season. Anyways, that's that. I honestly do not understand Caroline. I feel like she's dealing with a lot, and she's not being upfront with what exactly she's dealing with. That's what I think. And it's either that or she just wants drama. Because we all know Caroline loves drama. She enjoys the drama. And again, Caroline mouth, no good. See the way she was just like, Diadem, I know your rate is shillings and peanuts. And I'm like, oh my God. And Diadem just shut up. Anyways, that being said, like Caroline said, Laura is the one that won in all of this. I love the Laura I'm seeing this season. The coordinated Laura. I love Laura this season, minding her business and looking good while at it. I love it. And that being said, I cannot wait for the next episode because Miriam is going off on somebody and my money is on Diadem. I don't know. I feel like it's Diadem that Miriam is going on because the way they were at that paint and sip or whatever it is they were doing, but I know they were painting, and Miriam was like, "Don't F with me. I will show you. I will." I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God. One day, one trouble with these ladies. And you know what? We love it. This episode was okay. At least we saw another side of Diadem, but I feel like she definitely did overreact. Shout out to all the queens. My queens! According to Sophia, they actually made this episode very interesting. And can they make the episodes longer? I beg, this is just for 20 minutes. We should be getting like an hour. I guess it's because I watch it on Showmax, so there's no adverts in between. That's why it's short. On that note, my queens, I'd like to say a very big thank you to you all for being part of my channel. Or should I say my queens and kings? Thank you so very much for being part of my channel. If you have not yet subscribed, what exactly are you waiting for? Kindly click on the subscription button. Click on the notification bell to let you know whenever I post any new video. Until I come your way again, I remain your darling girl, Ezinne Williams. Have yourself a beautiful, wonderful day ahead. Bye, guys.